how's the first 5 years been? Illuminating, mainly because no matter how much counseling you get, premarital counseling, there's nothing like going live. It's been growing, you grow every time, you grow in maturity, you actually really grow in love. Your love kind of matures, so you learn a lot more about the person. At that point in time, I think the veil has been opened, and then you see a lot more fantastic things about the person. You see somebody coming through for you in ways beyond what you actually imagine. And then, and then if you are fortunate, like with us, the kids come, it even makes, the saying goes, the more the merrier. So it's been fantastic 5 years, looking forward to probably the next 50, God willing, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'll say it's been an awesome experience so far. The first 5 years has been, it's been a time of discovery, knowing ourselves better, after the dating, it's like the real world, the real thing. There's no more pretense. Everything is now like, this is real, this is the real life. I would say it's been awesome. It's been awesome. How did we meet? We met in Ibadan, 2008. I just finished my NYC. I was running around trying to decide if I was going to go into business fully or if I was going to get a job. And I actually went to his office one of these days, see one of my friends, and that was how we met.
Okay, it was very interesting. I had a colleague of mine was a friend, so I think she invited over to the office just to come, and because she is a fashion designer, so she invited over to the office to see opportunities to have clientele in my office. So actually the colleague brought her to me and kept saying, look, there's somebody who can do fantastic native for you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, the moment I said, beautiful girl, fantastic, And then, she took my measurement. It was very pricey. But then I didn't negotiate because by that time I realized, this is a fine babe, I'm not going to fall my hand and start to price. But then I got to know her a bit more. I found something very attractive about her. She had drive. She was self-driven. She was relatively very clear about what she wanted in life. And she was willing to pay the price. So that was attractive for me. And I really persisted because she was if I could use the word, churchy. So invited me to church. I came to church. I kept coming to church. And, I knew very early, I think probably like a week from meeting her, that she was going to be my wife. And I was very cocky, if I can use that word, about it. I knew I wanted to marry her. And I knew, I was going to marry her. So anytime, I paid for anything she sold for me, I just, in my mind, she doesn't know I'm paying bad price. She doesn't know I'm paying bad price. And yeah, it was fantastic. We had 18 months. It was fantastic. We enjoyed the company, went to places together. And I never, ever at any point in time thought maybe this was a mistake. I just knew she was the one. 10 years from till now, I definitely have not had any cause to regret any decision I made marrying her. First impression of her, she was extremely beautiful. She was a knockout. There's a way seeing somebody for the first time, it's almost like a physical knockout. Wow. Do you understand? Was almost surreal. So obviously the first sight was, wow, this is a very, very beautiful lady. But as I got to know her, I think one of the more important things that attracted me was the drive. She lived, in Delta, came to Ibadan to serve, got a house for herself, paid for it, and she paid for it from her business. She was living alone, running her business, doing NYC at the same time, finished NYC. Most people would go back home. She realized, no, why go back home? I have a business here. So she stayed, and she made a business of it. And for me, that was very attractive. That shows strong character, ability to endure, to believe, to hold on to your dreams. And I felt that was going to be critical for someone I wanted to marry, somebody who was self-driven, who knew what she wanted, and was willing to pay the price, even though initially it wasn't looking like it. So beauty, obviously, at first sight. Attraction based on stronger qualities. And she was very respectful. Usually the always saying is that more beautiful, she had fantastic character, very respectful, very kind, very generous, Just all the qualities that will you can't let this go or else you regret it for the rest of your life. Thank God I did.
Okay, my first impression about him, I actually met him when I was at a crossroad in my life. I was going to make a decision. Should I start up my business? Should I get a job? And I would say then, doing a business wasn't fashionable. Unlike now that everybody wants to start up a business, everybody wants to do something. I knew I had this passion for fashion, but everybody was just against me at that point in time. They were like, okay, you finished school, you finished NYC, get a job. But I would say he was one of the very few people that stood by me. So it was something that really attracted me to him. Like, okay, this person really has my good at heart. He was very concerned about what I was passionate about. He was very supportive. And another impression I had about him was a very intelligent man. Very intelligent. Because that was one of the qualities I told God, I need someone that's going to be very intelligent. And I saw that in him. Then two, God-fearing also, because I wasn't going to negotiate that at all. That was, I invited him to church. Come to church, let's know who you really are. And those were my first few impressions about him. One of the biggest challenges we faced is having to know how to balance our finances together. Because I run a business, he works. Okay, we get to here, okay, have a joint account. Or how do we do this together? It was challenging initially because I want to okay, this is how I want my finances run. He has his own way of doing his own also. But somewhere along the line, we just had to come to an agreement and we sorted it out with the help of a lot of our pastors from church, encouraging us, advice, and all these seminars we go, retreats, couples retreats. It was really very helpful because it was an issue at the time. Okay, how do we balance our finances? How do we bring it together to do projects, to do things? But with the help of all those retreat talks, mentors and all that, pastors, we're able to come to a good conclusion, and by God's grace, sorted it out. And still sorting it out.
I'm a spender, she's a saver. So obviously, at the beginning, there had to be clashes. She is very, very meticulous about how she spends her money, saves her money. And I'm not really, look, think of only today, tomorrow will take care of yourself. You make it, look, you've worked hard for this money. The least you'd expect is, look, create memories with what you worked hard for, But so initially, there was a bit of, we can't spend this much, But after a while, I think, like she said, we got very good counsel. And received counsel from various people. By the end of the day, we worked out something that kind of worked for both of us. And it's not finished yet. It's an ongoing process. As much as possible, because she's more of the saver than the spender, I tend to tilt more towards her making financial decisions. She seems to make better financial decisions. So everybody, you just kind of, in marriage, basically, you leverage on everybody's strengths. Once you acknowledge that I'm weak in this area, then you're fortunate enough that your partner is strong in that area, then you push things in that area more to them. And areas where you are strong with, you keep that to yourself. So I think she's the money guy in the relationship. I just make it and then she does whatever she wants with it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did I propose?
Tell you.
Like I said in the beginning, from a week from meeting her, I knew she was my wife. And I just kept telling her, "You're my wife." And she was like, "You must be kidding me. I don't really even know you." So there was the formal proposal, if there was a proposal, was in a very, very awkward place. And it was much, very close to the wedding. And one day, I think she had already moved back to Lagos then. And she came to see me. I think we were trying to sort out accommodation and all that. And then she was going back. And then she just mentioned something very odd. She said, "I think we're probably like a month or 2 months to our wedding then." And she said, "Do you know what?" I said, "What?" "You never proposed to me." And I said, "You kidding me? 2 months to the wedding?" I said, "From the first day I saw you, I proposed. I told you I wanted to marry you." She said, "No, but yeah, I understand that, but there has to be a formal proposal. What if people ask us, when did you propose? How did you propose?" So, there and then, I think I didn't even go far. I just looked for somebody selling a ring right there and then. Cheap ring, very cheap. I gave it to her and I said, "Will you marry me?" Although obviously I already knew the answer already. And then she said yes. So it was just basically, with the ring size, it was just guesswork, seeing her fingers for so long. But it wasn't really the fantastic made in heaven proposal that, hits social media and goes viral. It wasn't that. But in spite of that, my love for her is eternal. I feel she's probably the only person that could have married me.
You're still going to propose again?
She's the only person that could have married me and tolerated me. Till now, I still think so. So if I had not proposed or if I had not married, I'd probably be single today. I honestly feel so.
Proposal, every lady wants to be proposed to. That's just the truth. Every lady wants, like, okay, that moment where the guy say, I'm engaged and all that. But I never really got to have that formal kind of proposal. Like he said, it was just, I think it was, we're at a park, a taxi park. Yeah, we're planning for the wedding and all that. So. But it just didn't really stop the love, it just didn't really stop anything at all. I still was going to get married to him, proposal or no proposal, because he had already even proposed even before the proposal.
What's your favorite outfit that I love wearing?
I think you feel more comfortable on jeans and t-shirts. Yeah. Jeans and t-shirts, trainers.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Don't think.
I think you're right. You're right on that. Okay.
You like anything comfortable?
Yes, comfort is priority for me. A jeans and probably a pair of sneakers with a t-shirt for me is probably my favorite wear. That's true.
How has marriage changed you?
Deep. I am naturally a loner, I stayed alone for like 8 years before I got married. I was already staying on my own, so I was actually very used to my company. But marriage doesn't work like that. The least you can have is a duo when it's just me and you. When the kids are there, it's just the whole gang. So I think for me, it's work against, probably helped me to change my loner streak. I'm more of a people person now. I think probably that for me is one of the most profound parts of marriage for me. Although I still once in a while complain about I like being on my own and having my own space, but then I think that's off the top of my head, that's one of the most profound changes marriage has brought to me.
Where did you go on your first dates?
First date. That. I honestly, that's a very long time ago. But I think the most memorable one was there's somewhere around Ibadan then, it's called Cocodome. Had a pool, sit out. Evening is fantastic, lights under the pool, very romantic feel about it. And
Chapman.
I think, with Chapman, it was fantastic. Till now, I still reminisce. We still reminisce about that Chapman. It's fantastic. So I think that's, for me, will probably, because that's the one I really remember. What can I do for you to divorce me?
Oh, that's really tough question. That's a tough question.
No question that I would do it, and you probably not think twice.
Maybe if you are gay. That's the one that now will just divorce you.
Okay, well, it's your answer.
That's
It's your answer. Okay. If Wedding Channel Africa sponsored your honeymoon, where would you go?
I'll go to Paris. Or Dubai. Any of those two places. Why are you looking at me? Or the Bahamas.
or both Paris, Dubai, and Bahamas.
Exactly.
Somebody's paying for it. Why don't you just do like a
The
world
three,
tour?
exactly.
World tour. No, not be
Yeah.
bad. You never know who's hearing. So we repeat again. Dubai, Paris, Bahamas.
Yeah.
And then maybe just a bit of Canada, Australia.
Yeah.
Just
Good.
Thailand and China.
Yeah.
On our way back. It'd be nice. It'd really be nice.
What are my 3 best qualities?
Qualities.
Yeah.
Honesty. Gut-wrenching honest. Puts a lot of pressure on me.
Sorry? You said?
She's honest.
Okay.
She's incredibly hardworking. I think to a point, incredibly hardworking, and I think she really, really has genuine care, love for people. Do you understand? Most especially God. I think one of the things that attracted me, to you was, if you could love God this much, then I think if I fall second place, then I'm in a good place. Yes, yeah. So I think your love for people, honesty, and hardworking. If we are both on a sinking ship with just one life jacket, would you save yourself or your husband? I'll answer it for you.
Answer for me, please.
Don't save me, save yourself, because I don't think I can cope with the kids. I don't think I can cope with the kids. Go home. Leave me on my own. I'd rather go and be with the Lord than I have to take care of those kids alone.
Imitate how your spouse behave when they're angry. As in, when I'm angry, how do I behave?
I think it's the fire from the eyes. It's like the physical countenance doesn't change. So if you're actually seeing her from behind, you probably think she's just cool. But if you're standing in front, what they call this heat rays, that burns into your brains. And then he has a way of loosening your throat muscles to start to say, I'm very, very apologize, I'm sorry. So I think, wow, it's in the eyes, the fire from the eyes. I think that's how I know. That's how I know she's upset, Or my wife is, if I can say, talkative. She just goes mute. Do you understand? And everything is either a yes or no.
I'm talkative.
Did I say that? Yeah, a bit. You see the fire, you can see the fire of the eyes. That's fire of the eyes. That's how she gets angry. I said I apologize.
My first date, jeans and t-shirts. That used to be my normal regular everyday wear. Jeans and t-shirts.
White.
Yeah, white. Correct.
Yeah.
He likes worldly music too. Please don't add that.
You can't sing it. She has 59 shoes. Actually counted it.
Wow.
So definitely that's a winner for me. She probably, if the house was on fire, she probably save her shoes before she saves me. Pedro, you mean the world to me. I can't not ever imagine life without you. You're a wife, a mother, but above all to me, you're the best friend, life partner. You're the essence of, you bring meaning into my life. You're one of the main reasons I am where I am today, and you're the main reason after God of me ever moving forward. I would never, ever, ever consider my life well lived if it's not lived without you.
Hi, Dotun. Love of my life. Sweetheart to me, like I will always call you. You know I love you so much. Doing life with you has been the best decision I've made so far. I'm going to do even 110 years with you. And even if I have to do this again, I'm still going to do it with you. You show myself and the kids so much love. You're just one very wonderful person, so selfless. You've just been there for us. I just want to let you know that I love you so, so much.